Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Tuesday, October 2nd, 10:17 p.m. Mountain Time, 2018. You're looking at the just released UAH satellite-based temperature of the global lower atmosphere version 6.0. And you can see if you're picking up what we're putting down, our predictions are coming true. As predicted, temperatures just 0.14 degrees C above baseline back to 1979. That is just a little over a tenth of a degree warmer than it has been for the last 40 years. Yeah, it's true. This is bringing us back to the average temperature way back here in the 80s, in the 90s, before the global warming scare. We are back, reset. And I hope you're picking up what we're putting down. Remnants of Rosa bringing heavy rain and flooding as predicted. Deserts aren't supposed to get an entire year's worth of rain in just a few hours, but they did today in Phoenix and Mesa and areas of south central Arizona where you can see buses underwater, floats washed out. There's 25 pictures here to prove it. Check out that road. People actually continued to drive through this because they had to get to work. I'm sure people died in this stupidity. What are you going to do? We have less than 40,000 subscribers on the channel. That's like 1/100% of the population. So they're going to continue to drive or leave cars in stupid places where we warned that there would be washouts and there would be record flooding, where an entire year's worth of rain would fall in just a few hours, and it did. And we're not getting any more pictures. But the USGS went on a project today and invited reporters to come with them, which was nice of them. Here we see firefighters rescuing drivers stranded in a flooded Phoenix wash. Some drivers weren't prepared for the record rain because they don't watch the channel. That's what fire departments do. They rescue people. Phoenix firefighters saved the day Tuesday as they came to the rescue of multiple drivers who are totally fluxed and got stranded as they tried to drive through flooded washes like idiots. Our state has seen record rainfall, with Tuesday ranking as the 10th wettest day in Arizona history. And that's today's first boom to knowledge. And it wasn't even that bad, according to the National Weather Service. According to her, she probably has a different story. Let's talk about the USGS project. Today, it measured flooding across Arizona, and it invited people to come along. And as predicted, here's a wash. The Velcol wash today, south of Phoenix, following remnant rains from Hurricane Rosa. Whew. Nasty. Agua chunga. The antithesis of the rain in Arizona is the recent water year was the driest on record in both Blanding and Bluff, Utah, just to the north. Blanding and Bluff both experienced the driest years ever for the water years that ended September 30th. Bluff received just 2.08 inches of rain for the entire year, where Phoenix received that in just 2 hours. Now, that total is significantly below the prior driest year ever on record, which was 3 inches back in 1955. That's almost 30% less. Holy, that's dry. That's dry. I don't know if it gets drier than that. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst, and smoke the kush. And that's wisdom. Yes. Did I thank you for watching our channel? Well, if I didn't, well then thank you. First snowfalls in Great Falls, as predicted. Closes going to sun, whatever that is. It's apparently a thing that got closed. More to forecast. Great Falls got its first snow of the season Sunday, while heavier snowfall in Glacier National Park caused treacherous road conditions as another cold front bear down on north central Montana. Now, this is coming after years of fear-mongering from the global warming crowd, including Al Gore and others, saying it would never snow ever again. And we are seeing record snowfalls just at the beginning of autumn here in the Northern Hemisphere. So their predictions could not be further from the truth as record cold temperatures descend on the upper Midwest this week. Going to the Sun Road was temporarily closed beginning late Saturday afternoon between Avalanche Creek on the west side of Park and Jackson Glacier Overlook on the park's east side. Whew, look at those mountains. Yeah, fall did arrive in Glacier Park after years of fear-mongering that the glaciers in Glacier National Park were melting away. They have been building heavily for the last 2 years. Snow long, summer. We can't get that pop down. Yes, boom. Snow long, summer. Don't worry, this photo is from 2017. However, a trace of snow at International Falls did fall on September 28th. Leaves weren't the only thing falling in Borderland. As September drew to a close last week, a trace of snow made an appearance on September 28th, bringing an end to the warm season for the area. Of course, they got it. It's warm. It's always warm somewhere. Jeez, I'm burning up over here. Just 99 cents per month? Snow is on the Fort Collins forecast. Yes, already. Snow has sauntered into the Fort Collins forecast for the first time this fall season. Forecasts from the National Weather Service and the Weather Channel predict a chance of snow. Yes, next Monday or Tuesday, if we get flakes on October 8th, we'll beat last year's first snow by a day. Oh my God, Grand Solar minimum much? I doubt it. They're not picking it up there. That's a global warming town. I've been there. They love their lattes and their granola. A winter blast to begin October. Heavy snow hits the front a year after Superstorm. The Bab area was covered in 9 inches of snow Tuesday. Yeah. This is the first week of October. U.S. Highway 2 near the Medicine Bridge late Tuesday afternoon. That's today. The Bab area was covered with 9 inches of snow Tuesday with another 8 to 10 inches expected right now while I'm blabbering. That's Glacier National Park, where the fearmongers for over a decade have told you, lying through their teeth, that the glaciers were going to melt away in this national park. It's totally untrue. In fact, they're building at epic rates as I'm talking. Now, this community is going to experience a potential 2-day total of nearly 20 inches the first week of autumn. The early season blast of winter for Bab and other communities along the northern Rocky Mountain front was eerily similar to a superstorm that hammered the region a year ago to the day. Now, if you're ready for what I'm saying, another superstorm blizzard is brewing for the 8th, 9th, and 10th for this region. And unfortunately, this region is not ready for the snow right now, said Verna Bilde, a Browning-based extension agent who also ranches near the city. We don't even have half the calves gone and shipped. Well, they're about to get buried in a blizzard, so I fear the worst is yet to come, as predicted. The fall snowstorm was a grim reminder of the last winter when snow also arrived early and stayed late, causing widespread cattle losses on the Blackfeet Reservation up and down the Rocky Mountain front. Let's check the GFS models. There is the blizzard that is being produced. Northeastern Montana, northern South Dakota, heads up. And there is over 4 feet of snow predicted down here where I am in the southern mountains. And that's going to begin this Sunday, including the blizzard. The blizzard begins Sunday up in those regions, and it extends through Wednesday. Over 40 inches of snow is predicted for hundreds of square miles. And by the end of the second week of October, most of Canada is going to be completely buried in snow. So the first band moves across the southern plains of Canada over the next 48 hours, and then it drops down into the lower 48. This is Saturday, totals, and then by Sunday, the snow is going to begin to pile up, and I do not know what the mainstream is going to be saying about this. but I do not think global warming is going to come to mind here. Record snowfall wallops Calgary in the first storm of the season. Snow route parking limits go into effect 10 a.m. tomorrow. Look at it. It's mayhem. Calgary is calling on its friends to help dig out the city according to record-breaking October snowfall that just occurred. Snow clearing help is on the way from Edmonton and other areas, including Red Deer, Ototoks, or whatever, Medicine Hat, bringing additional plows and sand spreaders to help make Calgary's roads passable. There's a lot of work to be done, and we're going to need some help to get it going. It's only going to get worse, folks. You better start preparing. Poland breaks all-time September record cold. The Polish district of Dunjek saw temperatures plunge to negative 7.9 C on Sunday night in just the first week of autumn, according to meteorologist Arnold Jakubczak, a new September cold record for the country. One of Poland's warmest Septembers ever ended with record frigid temperatures, breaking all records, serving as yet another example of the swings between extremes that a grand solar minimum can deliver. Man, there's some good reporting going on Electroverse. Check it out down below where it says show more. If you guys don't know where to find that, we'll show you in a minute. Cold front expected to affect Guntang. The South African Weather Service says snowfall is expected in some southern and northern parts of Drakensberg, expected to cover elephants and tigers and lions. Oh my. Johannesburg, the South African Weather Service has issued a warning for a cold front which is expected to affect South Africa and the Eastern Cape. There it is. That's crazy. It hasn't stopped snowing in South Africa for months. Brutal hail bombardment and accumulation in Liguria, Italy. A violent hailstorm hit Liguria, a crescent-shaped region, they meant island, in northwest Italy during the afternoon hours of October 1st. The storm covered the region in a thick layer of ice, causing traffic chaos, severe agricultural damage. The worst was the city of Alassio. According to Coldareri, an organization for agricultural entrepreneurs, violent hailstorms that struck this region caused severe agricultural damage. At this stage, hail is the most feared atmospheric event, they said. The event added to the agricultural damage, which due to extreme weather events and the grand solar minimum, is already over €500 million so far this year. You can see it piling up on the beach, piling up on the cars, piling up on the streets. Yes. Whew. This is like ABC on crack. Typhoon Kangray rapidly intensifies into the sixth super typhoon of 2018. Holy fuck. Whew. I can't even keep track of these names. A lot of people are fluxed in that region. Moving on. White screen, probably depicting snow. Here, we have to buy something. Jesus. No, we can't help. We don't have a subscription. I'm sorry. I don't know what's happening there, but something was bad. Worst grain harvest in 35 years due to unseasonable weather in Denmark. The last report was a crop loss coming out of Poland and Crimea about grain. Here we see an intense amount of rainfall following by a drought and hot weather devastating Danish crops this season, making this year's grain harvest the worst since 1983. Whew. You remember that year? God, I am embarrassed what I put on to go to high school in 1983. Yeah, it was denim with leather fringe, and I had a lot of hairspray in. Now, if you take it crop for crop, this is the worst harvest in 100 years, one expert said. Whew. That's longer than most people. That's a long time. 100 years. That's 10 decades. Climate change is forcing the insurance industry to recalculate. Yeah, they're totally... Insurers are at the vanguard of a movement to put a value today on the unpredictable future of their total bullshit. Yes, they're totally fluxed. The insurance industry is collapsing as I'm speaking. And so is baseball. Baseball fans dodging more cold snaps as the grand solar minimum descends on the world. Heavy rainfalls as climate patterns change. Yes, glaciation is beginning and it's not good for spring training, folks. The seats were sparse at last week's rain-delayed match against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Rain ponchos were the attire of the day. Yes, and the tarp of the infield says much more. It says, get the out of Dodge and start prepping, you dumbasses. Season tickets. What idiots. Indonesia tsunami. An underwater landslide likely caused the widespread destruction in Sulawesi. I concur. Now, these underwater landslides are called turbidity currents. When they're in place down here, they're called turbidites in the rock record. But there is mounting evidence that liquefaction occurred in huge swaths of the beach area down in Palu. Now, liquefaction is caused when unconsolidated sediments reach a certain resonance due to the P&S waves and flow as liquid. And what also happens in the subsurface, especially at the bay there near Palu, is probably underwater landslides. An underwater landslide draws down the water and forces up a bump. And just like happened in Palu, that bump came right down the bay here and destroyed the city. It's quite unfortunate what happened there. Thousands of people are dead due to a tsunami and an underwater earthquake, which, if they had buoy systems out there, could have been predictable and there could have been a warning. No quakes of note. We have a huge uptick in the Indonesia region, which is not stopping today. We are above the average 5 magnitude, 5 a day, by almost double, and we're going to be watching this closely. We're expecting a large quake to occur in the next 4 to 6 weeks. This is due to historical periodicity of quakes at this time. We are also going to be talking about Zarkova in just a moment. That's not coming up. Now, does a spin-orbit coupling between the sun and the Jovian planets govern the solar cycle? Well, hell yes, it does. And Ice Age Farmer was talking about this paper today. But I want to get to this small planet with big implications if it will load. Here it is. The discovery of 2015 TG 387, aka Nibiru, taken by an 8-meter telescope located atop Mauna Kea on October 2015. See it, Lloyd? There's Nibiru. Boom, 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 boom. Can be seen moving between the images in the center clearly. Now, this is wreaking havoc on our global systems, not. Now, these extraplanetary mini-planets that have rotational orbits of several years that go out into God knows where. Here's where all the planets are in here. There's the Kuiper Belt. So all the normal planets you know are inside here. Here's Sedna. And then here's this creepy thing that they call the Goblin. Clearly, it's Nibiru. Clearly. I mean, can't you see the Anunnaki doing the jig right there? Huge implications. You want to know what has huge implications on your life? Section 4.3, important consequences of the resonance model. Now, what the is the resonance model? If you don't know, the sun has a double dynamo. And through the mathematical modeling of Zarkova et al., the double dynamo was deciphered just over a year ago. And here you're looking at it. And the flexure point here in 2012 that the Mayans warned about is right there in your face, Exhibit A. And at that moment, the 105 years of quiescence, where the solar cycle and the double dynamo followed itself in phase, immediately became out of phase. Where the peaks here are completely out of phase with the blue and red. The largest off-phase portion is coming just in 2020. And then the second major spike will be 2030, when total solar irradiance and solar dynamics almost drops to zero. And that's almost to 2040, according to this mathematical model. Now, the important consequences of the resonance model are as follows. The sun's solar cycle has been in phase lock mode for the last 105 years. And all indications are that it's about to suffer another phase catastrophe in the later part of cycle 24. Now, the later part of cycle 24 is now. Right fucking now. Yes. So, we are about to suffer another phase catastrophe right now. And if this is the case, then we should expect that in the 2 decades following right now, the world's mean temperature should be noticeably cooler. I.e., the cooling should start now and continue. I'll leave you links to this paper, and you can send this to your global warming alarmists, and they can shut the fuck up. Yes. Now, DisclosureCon 2018, when science fiction and some science idiots and science fact collide. Now, some of the people here are total frauds and charlatans, but some of them aren't, including me and Rex Bear and a few of the people that are presenting. We're going to go there to uncover the truth, but more importantly, we're going to be interviewing Lee Wheelbarger live starting Thursday night from the conference. We're going to be talking about 9/11 truth, the Pentagon, missile versus airplane. He's got some secret information and footage that you won't want to miss. And then Friday and Saturday, we're going to be talking about aliens and other secret government programs that Lee Wheelbarger has inside information on. So stay tuned for all the awesome live streaming at DisclosureCon 2018. It'll be Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So guys, if you don't know where the show more is, here's a video. You thumbs up it. You subscribe over here. And right under Oppenheimer Ranch Project here, it says show more. Just click on it. Look at what it reveals. All of the links to everything I talk about, including Discord, which we have one of the biggest subscriberships to Discord. Over 500 members are there. Over 50 people talking at any given time. Just click on it and go have a chat. Grand Solar Minimum chat. DisclosureCon is on there. The ebook. We talked about Abundant Harvest. Everything you need. Oppenheimer Ranch Project store. Now, if you're on a cell phone, when you come under the video here where it says Oppenheimer Ranch Project, to the left or right, there's going to be a black down arrow or V. That is your show more, that V black down arrow. Click on it. Don't be afraid to click on things. Learn something. You have to fail to succeed. Now, hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. And you know how you do that? And support the channel. You come over to our Amazon influencer store. The Oppenheimer Ranch Project wants you to check out these grow lights, hydroponic systems, and aquaponics. Why? Because they're the best rated and cheapest products on the planet for your preparedness. You can even buy your own mini mushroom farm for 23 bucks. Holy shit. I didn't even know that was possible. Now I guess I do. Here's an aquaponics system. Here is an aquaponics pump system. Books to get you started. Commercial systems. This thing is badass here. I'm going to recommend this tonight, and I'm going to stop there. You can check the rest out yourself. Look, there's grow lights. Everything you possibly could need moving in, if you live in the Northern Hemisphere, to the winter to grow your own food in the basement or your, check out this light. 4-star, the Aldro 2nd Gen, 600 watt LED. You know how much weed you can grow with this? Only 127 bucks for 600 watts. No ballast required. I won't even talk about it, but you pot growers know what's going on. That is a fucking deal. But let's come up here and check out some important stuff. I want to recommend for you people who want to get into hydroponic or aquaponics farming to check out this system right here. Yeah, it's pretty cool. 75 bucks. It's getting 4.5 stars. Free shipping. We get $750 for every one of these units you buy. It's called the Gromanji. It is a solar-powered hydroponic system. Complete kit, nutrients, solar-powered aerator, germination cubes, tray included, grow vegetables, herbs, weed, anything you want. Soilless. You can hang it. This thing is pretty fucking badass. You can see they got one plant in there. It's the Gromanji. People love it. I recommend getting 400 of these. That way the channel gets $2,800. But you be the judge on what you can afford. Hope you got something out of the video. Disclosure Con 2018 is calling. And I'll be going. And that's a boom. Be safe. We love you.